Well, good morning, everyone. Uh, the place is a disaster. The reason I haven't been posting videos on this is that, hell, all I've been doing is cutting and milling. But I did want to make a quick video review of my DeWalt 735 planer. This bad boy is something else. Let me pan this down. I got the roof leaking here, so I got to get that fixed. But I figured that the first thing I would do is build a workbench. Well, I got the table saw up on some sawhorses. Super dangerous because it's right almost at eye level. If that board kicks back, it'll hit you right in the face. So what I need to do is I've got most of the boards cut for the workbench. We're going to have 3/4 MDF and 3/4 melamine on top of that. So the table is going to be 1.5 inches thick. I'll put some hardboard edging around it. But I need to get this planer up off the floor. So I got this Harbor Freight trolley that this is on, but I need to raise it up by 13.5 inches. So it will be, the top of it will be this high, which should be, I don't know, just enough to slide under the workbench I'm building. What I wanted to get at is this is a regular 2x4, just a construction grade 2x4, but I cut the roundovers off of it and send it through the planer. Because, you know, I'm a model airplane guy. I can't have shit looking looking lumber here. But I wanted to look at how flat that is. I don't have a joiner, so I'm using the table saw as a joiner. Now what I'll do is I'm going to split this in half and screw it and make a corner. I've got to get my miter saw in here, but until I get this workbench done, there's really no place that I can use the miter saw, so I'm just going to use the table saw. But I got to get this done. There we go. I've got to get this done before I can go any farther. So we're going to make a leg that's an L shape. I'll pocket hole screw it to this little cheap dolly on the corners. Put a top on it and set this up on top of that. That way I don't have to bend down on the floor. But this is going to slide under the workbench because there's no room in here. This is a one-car garage, very leaky garage. I've got the plywood under tarp, and it's leaking on it right now because it's raining outside. But over in the back, I got 5 rolls of roofing, 500 square foot for the roof. I need to fix that wall, all that wall there that's torn out. The baseboard, or the footer, is completely rotted out. So I got a green board, and I'm going to have to frame that wall inside the wall from the inside because there's siding on the outside, and I'm not going through that. So I'm going to sister joist or sister studs onto those and just build a box up to the top plate, which is completely rotted out. I'll take a floor jack with a board and jack it up and raise the roof, and then stuff a board in it and then pocket screw it together. Then I have MDF plywood that's going to go on this complete wall. We'll put French cleats on it. And the miter station's going over here. Of course, the workbench will be in the center. it's just because of the format of my channel, where I'm live streaming and not editing it. There's so much noise going on in here when I'm planing or sawing. There's really no need to put you guys through that. But I do want to show you how good this planer works. I am impressed, like thoroughly impressed. We'll run a board through. Okay, this thing is really rough. Really rough. So, let me jack this up here. Only want to take about a 1/16 of an inch off at a time. Okay, you might want to turn your speakers down. But I got to get this planer off the floor. There's a little bit of depth right here, but I'm not going to play more than a 1/16 of an inch off because it's already 2 7/8. And when I get all these done and glued together, I'll go back to this other. This is the poor man's workbench. I don't have a bunch of hardwood and don't have any money, so we got to do it on the cheap. And this wasn't cheap. But what I'll do is I use tight bond to glue these together. So these are planed, so that's got a perfect joint in the center there. And after they're dry, I'll run them through the planer like this, and it'll look like one piece of wood. That makes sense, I hope. Now you say, what does this have to do with model airplanes? Everything. I have to get this mess cleaned up so I can get everything from the shop that belongs in here so I can move up there. So this is 100% relevant to my shop. So what I'm going to do today is, this is a short video. We'll just make it 15 minutes. What I'm going to do today is keep working on this. I'll probably stream it on my other channel, which is Stunt Woodworks. Link is going to be in the description. And I got a really super cool moisture meter. You say, well, what good is a moisture meter? Well, if you use wet wood, as it dries, it moves. So this is decently wet, I think. It's 7.8 8% moisture. Usable, but you're looking for really 4%. But you surely don't want 15%. I got a green board down there that's so wet it throws this thing into panic mode, and it's you know, goes into infinity. But this is by Klein Tools. See, like this is my hand. I'm 100% moisture, so it goes OL. It's got a little piece of voodoo on the back here. Softwood is 0 to 55%, but I don't want 55%. That's way too much. It says it's dry. Got a little LED. Hear the rain? If you're morning, Steve. Been a while, yeah. If you're using this type of equipment, I suggest you wear some earmuffs. I'm already deaf. I don't care about the sawdust, just like I don't care about paint fumes. But I'm just about as deaf as you can get now without. Well, I'm not as bad as some. Here's another upgrade to your table saw. That the miter gauges that they send with these table saws are absolute junk. I got this Incra miter gauge. It's for the T-track. It fits down in there. It's got some expandable but it's got all the stops for 22.5, 45. I mean, I don't know, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0, and then all the way up to 60 on the other side. So I suggest you get one of those. It's $100. I mean, when I rode Harley Davidsons, one screw was $100. So if you're going to whine about 50, $100 in airplanes or in this, you're in the wrong hobby because everything's expensive. Now I have an automated vacuum switch there. You'll notice when I turn the planer on, the vacuum came on automatically. I've got a Wen dust collector that's going to go in that corner, but I got to get. Okay, here's the deal. Project for the day is to get this up off the floor at least to 32 inches high, so I don't have to bend over to plane these boards. I'm going to finish planing the boards that are cut for the workbench. I'll try to get them screwed together. I got to have a workbench to work on before I can work on the wall. You know, I got to have a place to put the stuff. There's just too much crap in here. So that's the order of business for today. So I hope you guys understand why I haven't been posting, because you would go to sleep watching me cut boards. Cut and plane, because that's all I've been doing. So we'll get these finished up, cut, planed. I'm hoping to get the roof on this thing this week. I need some help. Yeah, fiberglass. I got no money. Everything's done on the cheap. And this wasn't cheap. There's $1,000 worth of lumber in here, roofing. But it has to be done. This garage is ready to fall down. I got broken boards over there. You got to be real damn careful when I go up there. Hopefully don't fall through the roof. I got these 1x10. I was going to just sheet it. Put some OSB on the sheet. I got to tear this drywall out. But I got some 1x8 bats to go up there. I got to tear that off. I don't have any way to haul the roofing away, so I can't do a complete tear off. So I just need to do a repair and then roll a new roof on it. Hopefully it'll make it through another 5 seasons or so, and do it again if I have to. So what are you gonna do? Well, I hope you guys, if you took a vote in the poll, the overwhelming majority want to leave it as is. So there's not as many snowflakes as I thought there was on there. And if you're one of those snowflakes, hey, I'm sorry, get a life. Yep, that's exactly right. I think I'm gonna take away the report feature, because I get 50 report posts, 50 a week, about boo-hoo, somebody said something that somebody didn't like. Well, you know what? Pull up your pants and fight back for yourself. Here's one for you. Everybody whined and complained about Charles. Everybody hated him. I've talked to him on the phone. He drove me crazy with, I'm looking, he's touching, it's like little kids. Everybody wanted me to ban him. I didn't ban him because he really didn't do anything wrong. He just had some different ideas. And he really is a decent craftsman. If you look at some of the stuff he's done, I mean, it ain't the way I'd do it, but okay, to each his own. Maybe he doesn't fly, but the airplanes look good. Anyway, you notice that he burned himself out. I didn't have to do anything. Took a while, but he's probably off bothering somebody else. Don't feed the trolls. It's real simple. I have the magic button and I could do more, but I don't. I want to make it equally, for everybody. And trust me, it's no easy job trying to make a decision on who's doing what. Now, the moon dust comment was entirely over the hill. Poof, gone. He thinks he outsmarted me, came back. Well, I had to go into the server and ban the IP, whatever. You're not going to win against me as far as that goes. And I can do more even. I haven't done everything that I've can do. So, as stated, forum remains as is. I'm not going to censor anybody. I'm not going to moderate the crap out of people. Try to keep it down to a dull roar. These guys, you are going to meet them at the field. Don't say something that on the forum that you wouldn't say to somebody in real life. People don't like me because I say things as it is in real life. So the forum is even worse. So anyway, go check out my other channel. On Stunt Hanger, we're all mostly adults and simply need to act as such. Common courtesy isn't so common anymore. That's because it's taught in school. Boo-hoo, everybody gets a trophy. No, they don't. Fact check. No, they don't. Am I mad that I've never won the Nats? No. It just means I have to try harder. Am I ever going to win the Nats? Probably not, but I still can have fun. Best I've done is 17th, I think. Yeah, 17th is the best I've done. But if you think about it, 17 out of everybody in the country ain't too bad. I did win the Concourse Trophy. That was my highlight. That was last year. I really liked that. That was the highlight of my Nats experience. It only took 20 years or better to do it, but I did get it. When in doubt, keep coming back. What are you going to do? Boy, it's raining out there again. There's water in the floor. Now, I really, proof of doing that, proud of doing that, of you, oh, thank you. No, that's everybody's opinion. That's the majority opinion when you win that. I got to check my wood over here, so I'm going to sign out. I'll be back onto the other channel if you want to see me later on this afternoon after I get this stuff milled up. So, till I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.